Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Vice President Yemi Osibanjo denies receiving 4 billion from Ibrahim Magu. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. A very big thank you for your huge, massive, and continuous support. We truly, really appreciate you. God bless you. Well, yesterday we reported to you that Ibrahim Magu was being investigated. It is third day into the investigation since he has been arrested by the DSS. And Ibrahim Magu made some shocking confession that made Nigerians and Lagosians began to ask that the vice president of the country, Yemi Osibanjo, resigns. Not just the vice president, not just Yemi, also talked about the head of INEC, that he needs to resign as well. Yakubu, he needs to resign, that since the plot has been uncovered that they were planning to rig Edo State's election, he was asked to also resign. That allegation has still not been cleared. Our reasons, they said, was because Buhari has mandated him that if he wants the next 4 years, he wants to be if he wants to be continue his tenure for the next 4 years, then he needs to make sure that he delivers a dose state. In delivering a dose state means rigging the election, taking the electorate their right by force, and enforcing a candidate upon them. Anyway, my people, breaking news: Vice President Yemi Osibanjo denies receiving 4 billion from Ibrahim Magu. Let's continue and get all the details. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Let's continue. Vice President Yemi Osibanjo has described as totally forced and baseless reports in recent section of the digital media that he benefited from some of the loot recovered by embittered boss of the EFCC and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu. Ibrahim Magu has been in police custody since he was picked up from the streets of Abuja on Monday, July the 6th, 2020, and is still being grilled by the Presidential Probe Panel for discrepancies in recovery, loots, and assets. The attention of the office of the vice president has been drawn to a series of tweets and online publications by Point Blank News and newsray.com Nigeria. Today, 8 July 2020, credited to the same person, one Jackson Udo Laolu Akman, Senior Special Advisor to the President in Media and Publicity in the Office of the Vice President, wrote in the last 9 statements. In essence, Udo's story is that embittered former chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission alleged embezzles over 39 billion and gave Vice President Yemi Osibanjo 4 billion after the Vice President instructed him to release some of the recovered loans. The same Jackson Akman has also been circulating a video on YouTube with a female commentator peddling the same lies. With all emphasis on our diaspora, let it be formally stated that these are totally false and baseless fabrications, purposely to refrain going on as the probe panel investigate Mr. Ibrahim Magu. There are indeed completely absence in every respect. The statement also disclosed that relevant law enforcement agencies are now on the trail of the publishers. Sadly, such mindless, vicious, and ruthless publications have now become the reference tools for unprecedented probative enemies in our society who are constantly being monitored. Indications of paddling, falsehood trails the image of ready public office and mislead unsuspected Nigerians. Vice President Yemi Osibanjo's son will, of course, not be described by this obvious campaign of lies and comments and online publications being criminally defamation in nature have been referred to the various law enforcement agencies for investigation and necessary action. The presidency is set to announce Magu's replacement in the forthcoming hours with Mohammed Uman asked to fill the vacant of the EFCC on a temporary basis. Plus, he's learned that Magu's current predicament is a consequence of power play in the presidency Muhammadu Buhari's administration over zealousness and unprofessionalism of the 58-year-old on anti-corruption zone. Well, my people, this is what the vice president of the country has to say. He said, well, there is no such thing. I did not take anybody's money and I did not ask Magu to give me any money. What Magu is saying is a lie. He said this all started when one Udo published it and has since been going around social media that he took this amount of money. What we reported yesterday was that there was a call for the vice president to resign as a result of alleged money collection from Mr. Magu. Well, the vice president has debunked it. You've heard. He said there is no such thing. He never collected any money from anybody. As a matter of fact, there is no such thing. It's all propagation of lies. And he wants those in diaspora to know that he's a man of integrity. He is the vice president of the country and can still be trusted because he did not engage in any such activity. Well, my people, you have heard it clearing the air. The vice president of the country said, no, I did not ask money from anybody. I did not ask Magu to pay 4 billion into my account. There is no record of any such transaction between myself and the embittered EFCC boss. There is no such transaction. I did not collect any money. My people, you're already hearing it yourself, live and clear from the office of the vice president. Although not from the vice president directly, as usual, we are hearing from Laulu. Laulu is the aide of the president, of the vice president, who is the person we always hear. We don't hear from the vice president directly for some time now. We always hear from Laulu. Laulu is the spokesperson, not just the vice president. It's also the same thing with the president of the country, where it's either Garuba Shehu or Femi Adesina or Lai Mohammed speaking to Nigerians, although we democratically elected them and would love for them to address us and to speak to us when necessary and when due. They shouldn't not just give us message by their aides. There are important things we want them to speak into. Take, for instance, all through the time of coronavirus, we only heard publications already broadcasted news by Buhari and Femi Adesina, according to what we heard in the news, confirmed that most of those publications or presidential speech were pre-recorded. Well, this is what we are talking about. This is a democratical setting where we duly elected you guys in office, and we would like you guys to please come out once in a while, address issues and clear them up. When you see the countries where we took democracy from, talking about the US, talking about America, you see that Donald Trump is always on it, on top of it, and his vice president by his side. Is he only the US? What about in the United Kingdom? We always have what's his name now? Boris Johnson, always addressing the people. Even when he was critically ill with coronavirus, we knew he was still talking to people from isolation until he became really critically ill, and he could not do that. And with that, they put people in charge, and it was clear. There was no hiding about it. It was very transparent. And as soon as he got well, my dear, he's back to it, addressing the people, addressing the parliament, and that is life for you. That is how true democracy and leadership should be. Accountability, responsibility to the people, not just pushing them aside or doing it as you please. No. We would love for you guys to come out and address Nigerians adequately and give us some assurance. Those words you see, they are not just mere words. When you come out and you speak into the statement and you give a word, guess what? It boosts the people. Just that words from your mouth, from a leader, boosts the people and gives them that assurance to say, yes, we can do this. This is happening. This is reachable. We are working it together. Although the reality is that something might be happening, but that words you have put in them, especially as a leader, it boosts them up and gives them the strength to want to continue, to want to do more. This is what we are asking. I don't think it's too much, because when you guys were campaigning, you were all over the country, from state to state, from the north to the south to the east to the west, campaigning and asking for, soliciting for vote. I think it's only It's only important that you come out and say to Nigerians, I am here, I am your leader. We go through this together. We are one people, and that boosts Nigerians. That is all we are really looking for, and that's what we are really asking for. Anyway, the breaking news is that the vice president said, my hands are up. There ain't no 4 million. I ain't take no 4 million from nobody. Well, that's the question. That's what he said today. Ain't it? That's what the British should say. And the Americans say, I ain't not taking no money for nobody. That's the Americans. Anyway, my people, now the matter be that. Have a lovely day. Have a good day. Bye for now.